Good morning. Welcome to day 163. I've been going for almost 3 hours. Just wanted to get into the sun. Found a nice sunny spot and we're trying to dry out some gear here. We'll see how that goes. Take a little break and keep going. Monday, September 16th, 2024. All right. The tent is not completely dry, but 90% dry. So had a southbounder and a couple who are northbounders kind of meet at the intersection where I was drying. And the southbounder had just done the reroute. So pretty good info as far as the rivers are pretty easy to cross and ford. And everything else is pretty much, steep, unbrushed trail, nothing new there. So it doesn't sound like the couple who are the northbounders are going to tackle it, but I'm about 6.5 miles away from turning off. Get ready. Okay, there was no sign, but we've just entered the Glacier Peak wilderness area. Sadly, we're not going to be on it on the PCT for the entirety because of the wildfire. We got about 1.5 miles to the Indian Creek Trail where we leave the PCT on our 70-mile reroute approximately. So strap in for that. Here we go. It's late afternoon. We stopped at this little seasonal stream, do a little electrolytes. We're going to be turning off probably in under 1 mile off the PCT for the hopefully last wildfire detour. This is a big one. 2,500. Just as we're about to leave the trail. Congratulations. 2,500 miles. Continuous footpath on the Pacific Crest Trail. Let's go. All right, it's about 1 o'clock. We are leaving the PCT for Wildfire reroute, and we are on the Indian Creek Trail. It's I think over 10-11 miles, so we'll be camping somewhere on the trail later today. So as reported, the trail's a bit overgrown. Thankfully it's dried out though, so I'm not getting soaked. All right, it's about 3:15. It is a fantastic weather day. Looking at the topo map in about 1 mile, looks like it flattens out and there's water, hopefully. So hopefully we've got some potential campsites coming up in about 1 mile. Stay tuned. All right, so it's almost 5. We're almost 7 miles in on this first trail, Indian Creek Trail. After doing, I think, 11 or 12 on the PCT. So ready to call it. The creek doesn't really run next to the trail at all. So there was a spot where it was close enough. So I just did some bushwhacking, got some nice cold water. I was just scouting a little further north to see if there was anything that looked flatter or had been used. I'm just gonna have to do a makeshift lumpy bumpy site, I think, which is fine. No stranger to doing that. The main thing was getting water, so Setting up camp will be a breeze. I might have to clear out a few things, but it won't be flat, but it'll be good enough. All right, let's do a recap. It's pushing the 6:30, another long day on the trail. Almost 11 hours of hiking with minimal breaks. So camped at around 3,100 feet off the Indian Creek Trail, which is the beginning of the Glacier Peak Wilderness Wildfire Miners Complex reroute. It's about a 70-mile reroute, approximately. So we're just getting started. We're about 7 miles in to this thing. Couldn't ask for a better weather day, that's for sure. It's such a morale boost, especially when you're dealing with rain or the threat of rain or a wet camp, knowing that you're just going to have a nice day. Perfect, like early fall conditions, temperature, the whole 9 yards. It was great weather. So thumbs up for that. Did not see a whole lot of people today. I already mentioned the 3 thru-hikers, the 2 northbounders and the 1 southbounder. There was like a trail runner guy on this trail, surprisingly, who I saw twice coming and going. And then there was like 2 dads and 2 boys that were hiking in this trail. Looked like they were going to be fishing or hunting, pretty cool. So yeah, very quiet on the trail. Don't have a lot of info, especially about campsites and water sources. So for this trail, it runs along Indian Creek, but Indian Creek is usually hundreds of feet away and hundreds of feet lower in elevation. So I had to do some old school topo map reading. Saw that this general area was kind of flatter, and the creek actually comes to within 150 feet of the trail. So I just went through the brush, set my pack down, went off to find water. It was not easy, which is why I didn't video it, because there was a lot of bushwhacking, very thick forest. But got to the creek, fantastic water, nice and cold, having some electrolytes. Then I had to, I'm on like a flattish spot. It's flat enough, but I definitely had to clear out some brush to make it work. So yeah, like at 2 miles in, I saw more of a established site, but not anything after that. So that's going to be one of the challenges on this reroute. I'm going to have to be aware of water and camping. So we'll just go with the flow. If the weather is like this, it's fantastic. So let's hope the weather stays like this. Yeah, I feel pretty good. I am tired a little bit. The alarm did wake me up this morning. First time that's happened in a while. So I'm going to get dinner ready. Going to have a north side of rice and have a Mountain House lasagna. Yum. And then I still have a few Chips Ahoy chocolate chips, Snickers bar, peanut M&Ms. We'll have a full belly when we get to bed tonight. So yeah, interesting to see what this next leg of the reroute looks like. So in the Washington state, I've been averaging pretty much 18 to 20 mile days on full days. I feel like that may dip down a bit on this reroute just because things are going to be steeper and the trails aren't going to be as defined. So my goal is to at least have like a 16 mile days. And if I get more than that, that's great. But that's the goal. The other thing, my final resupply in the remote town of Thru-Hike, which is only accessible by ferry or by trail. There's a post office there. There is a post office. Only open Monday through Friday. So there's no reason for me to rush to like if I get there Saturday or Sunday, I'm just gonna have to wait there until they open on Monday. So once it gets a little later in the week, I'll have a better idea of, when I'll actually get to Stehekin. But yeah, I'm not gonna be killing myself to get there. That's the update. We'll see you tomorrow.